Hi, I'm Dr. Bruin and welcome back for part 15 of these commentary videos that sit alongside my A-level chemistry speedrun series. For part 15, we've got another Hesse cycle question. Now, you don't have to draw a Hesse cycle for these questions. You can get full marks by just writing a calculation. But the problem is that most of the time, if people go wrong when they've drawn a cycle, they've drawn the cycle correctly and then they've just not followed it correctly. And so they do still get some working marks. But if they've gone wrong in writing a calculation, then very often they don't get anything because there's nothing there that's creditworthy. So I would really encourage you to draw the cycle. Now, before you start, you need to get clear in your head what numbers you've been given in the question and what chemical reactions those actually represent. So here I've been given 4 values that are all enthalpy changes of formation. And so each one of those is going to be represented by an arrow which goes from some elements to the compound that is being formed. I've also been given this overall equation that I'm trying to calculate the enthalpy change for. So I'm going to start out by writing that out, partly because it's the only simple equation that I'm actually going to write out in full, so I want to give it the most space. And then underneath that, I personally am just going to draw a box that says elements. There are very, very few questions where you do actually need to know exactly what elements it is, and it's often where we're kind of merging together formation and combustion data. But most of the time, working out exactly what elements you've got and how many moles of them is just a waste of your time. So I just save myself a bit of time and just write elements. And then I need to draw an arrow that represents each of these enthalpy changes. So as we've said, these are all formation changes. Now, I would really encourage you to avoid getting into the habit of thinking, oh, formation arrows go up and combustion arrows go down, because that is not always the case. And you can get questions where you mix and match. So what you want to be doing is thinking, what does the arrow show me? It shows me this chemical reaction. We're taking some elements and we're forming them into some compounds. So wherever you have written the word elements on the page, the arrow is going to go from there to the compound that's being formed. So here I'm forming propanol, and in the equation there are 3 moles of propanol, and therefore I need to do 3 times the number that I've been given. And then for this phosphorus trichloride, there's only 1 mole, so I just put the value in as it's been given to me in the question. And then so on and so forth. So again, I've got 3 moles, so I need 3 times. And then over here, I've just got 1 mole, so I just have the value as it is. And then I would really encourage you, even though it seems silly and kind of a patronising tip, I always write start and end at the ends of the arrow that I'm trying to calculate the value for, just because it helps you to get square in your head which way around the cycle you're going and what is the value that you're actually trying to achieve and all this sort of thing. So then the whole point of Hesse's law is that the overall energy change is independent of the route taken. So it doesn't matter if I go from start on the left to end on the right, or if I do as I'm going to do and go the whole way around instead and basically go backwards. The overall energy change is still the same. So now I need to think about each arrow in turn and whether I'm going the right way or the wrong way up the arrow. Remembering that if I'm going the wrong way up the arrow, then I'm going to need to reverse the sign or add in a negative, or whichever way you prefer to do it. So here I'm starting out with minus 303 times 3. So in other words, the value was originally minus 303. And then because I'm going the wrong way down that arrow, I'm going down it instead of up it like the arrowhead would suggest, I need to make that a negative. Or I could change the sign on the minus 303 and just write plus 303. Either one would do. And then I do the same thing for my second arrow, because again, I'm going the wrong way down it, but then my latter 2 arrows, I'm going the right way up. So I add them rather than subtracting them. And if I do all of that and sort of simplify out those expressions, I get an overall answer of minus 114. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you're finding this useful. If you are, then don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and also share the channel. And I will see you back here soon for some more A-level chemistry.